Hi traders, welcome to Quantsapp and welcome back to yet another video. First of all, I would like to thank you all for supporting us all the way long. And I would also like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So let's start this video by understanding, what are the strategies that you can analyze when you're trading options from next year onwards, I would say. But not just that, you can understand these strategies because in 2022 a lot has changed in the market. So let's try to go ahead and understand what has changed and what are the strategies that we can equip as an option trader in January 2023 or from January 23 onwards. So let's start this video by understanding what has moved and how much it has moved. So I'm going to gainer and loser to just know how much the markets have moved from last year onwards. So let's say 2022, let's say for simplicity, from 3rd of Jan till the current day, because the first was, on the 1st of Jan 2022 was a Saturday. So if you see, since 3rd of Jan 2022, the markets have remained, where exactly they are, right? Just 1% up move in Nifty, but Bank Nifty, yes, a lot of movement has happened. Bank Nifty in last 1 year has roughly moved around 14%, and in terms of in terms of Nifty, not a lot has moved. It is just 0 point, or you can say it 1% up move in Nifty. So what moved? Which stock moved a lot? Adani Enterprises double 111% returns, fantastic. Bank of Baroda, HAL, which was flying higher and higher. One of the the great rally that we saw in HAL in 2020, and even TVS Motor, IND Hotels, and the best part was ITC, right? So a lot of counters showed a good move, but one of my favorite movements that happened was TVS Motors and ITC, right? Wherein a big move happened, right? Something like ITC, which gave a huge momentum, and so people who would have invested in ITC, they would have been right now sitting on a significant profit. Now coming to what dragged the index down, or I would say what lost. So PEL 70% negative, Metropolis, Motherson, Idea, Bsoft, IEX, right? Surprisingly, IEX also dropped a lot, which is 40%, and FSL. Wipro, Tech Mahindra, emphasis. So a lot of IT stocks dragged, or I would say a lot of IT stocks dropped in 2022. Wipro, Tech Mahindra, emphasis, LTI, right? Coforge, all these stocks they actually dragged a lot, right? Dropped a lot in the market. Even Vsoft for that matter, even IEX for that matter, it witnessed a lot of negative movements happening around. So now that was from the gainers and losers. So Nifty remaining 1% positive. Where the action was? The action was in Bank Nifty 14% positive. Now coming to what is something what we can look up to in 2023. So Nifty Bank Nifty options, weekly options witness huge volumes, right? Huge volumes. Now here comes another index which has huge volumes specifically on options, right? There are significant volumes happening in FINNIFTY options. So you can check out, the FINNIFTY contribution out here. So these are the stocks which are in FINNIFTY. So now the thing is, in FINNIFTY, a lot of action is happening, a lot of volumes are happening. So definitely you can check out, you know, some opportunity to trade in FINNIFTY options as well, because the options data, right? If you just check out the options activity, even that is huge. So the thing is, you are trading Nifty Bank Nifty, which is okay, which is good. But this index, right? This index also has significant open interest, specifically in terms of options. So if you are an option trader, definitely you should start at least observing the moves in FinNifty, and also you should start at least trading in FinNifty, because it has given good moves in the market as well. So that is the first thing, that you should also consider FinNifty as an instrument to trade, because that also has good volumes coming up in specifically on the options front. Now coming to the sectors or stocks what you should keep on your sidelines when you're trading in the market. So let's go to seasonality. Okay, so where we will get a firm bias and we will have a kickstart. Basically, this is the place where I at least go ahead and analyze when the month is about to close. to prepare myself for the next month. Okay, so how I do it, I'll show you now. So let's say I'll go to sector straight away, or let's see first what happens in Nifty. Okay, so let's check in Nifty what has happened. So what is seasonality? It will tell you in a specific month how a particular instrument behaves. Okay, in terms of price, IV, and also you can check the sector. So now if you just see, it sums it up all in January. If you see, a lot of times Nifty has been negative. Average return has been positive, which is 0.4, which is not a lot. But if you see, it is at least 5 or 6 times on the negative side in month of January. So what does that tell? That tells us that okay, historically also it has been observed. Then in month of January, markets either they remain sideways, right? But there is not a lot of up moves happening in the market. There are not a lot of up moves happening. When the up moves happened in 2018, 17 and 15. 2013 one was which was okay, just 2% positive. But rest, if you see, a lot of down moves are happening, or elsewhere it is a kind of more sideways market which happened in the past in January. So that is how we can give a start to our analysis. So in January, you can expect, that historically it is showing us that Nifty has not shown a lot of consistent up moves, right? What I mean by that is just check this out. In month of July, Nifty has consistently outperformed. Even in 2022, it outperformed, but that has not been observed in January. Coming to the sectorial front, because it will obviously have some seasonal trend along with that. Coming to the sectorial front, so let's check out sectors one by one, which actually do tend to perform or maybe underperform in month of January. So you can toggle around to the tabular view. So pharma, nothing convincing, neither a one side move happening in pharma in month of Jan. Cement as well, see, it is mixed. Then bank nifty stocks, again not a lot of, so basically it is not a single side rally which we are seeing in any of these sectors, right? Power, again not a single side rally wherein we are just seeing a lot of reds or lot of greens, right? So again in fertilizer as well, fertilizer still looks okay, right? But still there are equal, it is 50-50. So not a lot of convention, so let's skip others. Auto ancillaries, okay, even not auto ancillary, see, if you see, it is just 50-50. Capital goods, again nothing. Infra, nothing. So media, okay, media also we can skip it. This is how we analyze, right? Reality also nothing significant. FMCG, if you see, it has been just 3 times positive, right? How much times FMCG has been positive? Like the basket, the entire FMCG sector as a whole. So seasonality. So let's write seasonality. We have FMCG, which has not performed in the past in month of Jan. Neither in month of Feb. If you see, FMCG as a whole, as a sector as a whole, has not performed. So FMCG is the one. Then let's move ahead. IT. Okay, if you see IT, it is easy, right? It is consistently, performing in month of January, which is okay. And in 2022, we saw a drop happening in IT. That might be because, there is some correction which happened in 2022, right? In the entire IT pack, we saw them as top losers. So is it the time to go ahead and bang on IT, right? Do you feel that, okay, IT stocks have corrected a lot, that in the entire year they are the top losers? But in month of January in the past, they have, performed decently well. So, you can keep IT on your radar list, IT sector as an on your radar list. Metal, see, 2017 is the year in month of January it performed. Maybe you can consider that as an outlier because it is 20% positive, but rest times, if you see, it has tracked. So, you have metal. So now you have 3 sectors on your radar list, and the conclusion is FMCG and metals have not performed in January, and IT has decently performed. So, you can navigate to the price panel over here, and you can check out which stocks or which scripts from that particular sector they tend to outperform or underperform. See, Tata Steel in month of Jan, right? In month of Jan, if you just look at Tata Steel, what has happened is it has been consistently on the negative side for the last 10 years. See, so yes, using seasonality, you can identify the stocks and you can identify the sectors which tend to outperform or underperform. Now coming to the strategies, so for that we will also have a look on the IVs where the IV levels are placed, right? So let's select Nifty. You can do it for Bank Nifty as well, which is okay. But if you see IVs, they made a good spike. They had a good spike, but still the range right now of IVs, it is not in its medium regime. You can still consider the IVs are spiking up, they are moving up higher, but the range, okay, it is not shifted completely in the upper regime. It is still on in its lower regime or lower quadrant, what you call it. So what type of strategies do you deploy in such type of market conditions that in 2023 doesn't matter how it looks, but doesn't matter even if it is difficult to go ahead and do that, but go ahead with strategies which have an hedge. Basically, don't go ahead and create a short straddles and strangles, okay? Because specifically if you are trading it overnight, because just look at the today's move that happened in the market, very fast moves which happened, gap ups happening in the market, gap downs happening. Just look at this, right? A one side down move which has happened in Nifty, and again a gap down as well. So the idea is that in 2023, doesn't matter how difficult it is. I understand it is difficult to go ahead and hedge a position because it takes away your profit, which is okay, but have that protection, right? Because when you're writing options, you have a very less thing to earn, a very less premium to earn. If you lose it for a very big move happening in the market, you will have to create winning strategies multiple times. Only then, you will be able to create a very good portfolio in the long run in options. So convert your sell strategies, right? Because there are big moves happening in the market, which we already saw. So convert short strategies into spreads. Okay. So it will take away some profit, but trust me, the moment something like this happens, something like right now what is happening, the markets, they're consistently edging lower, there are big gaps in which the market is opening, it will save you from that, right? And that less loss that you are taking on your portfolio, that will eventually turn out to be a big return in the long run. Coming to another type of strategies, which is convert your long options. So I don't need to discuss a lot about it, I have already done it a lot of time. Convert your options into bull spreads or bear spreads. If it is a bullish strategy, convert it into a bull call spread, and convert the bearish strategy into the bear spread, which is a bear put spread, right? And when we will do it, we will generally do it specifically when we are trading options and we are carrying it for some time, and we will get saved from oscillation over here. Okay. So the idea to do this is simple, that if market oscillates, if market consolidates, because you don't know, right? When you are trading it, you don't know whether the market will consolidate or not. So doing this will help you in staying in the trade for a much more longer period of time, right? And another thing is understand about credit spreads as well, right? Learn about credit spreads. That means go ahead and deploy strategies such as bear call spread, okay, which is a bearish strategy which you will make using call options, and bull put spread, which is a bullish strategy which you will make using call options. So I have recorded videos on these strategies, you can watch it. We will try to post a link in the description box below, you can definitely navigate over there. So now to conclude what the actionable is, so the actionable is very simple, that consider FINNIFTY as an option to trade options. Second thing is, to start the year off, we saw that in month of Jan, Nifty didn't show us a pretty positive or a pretty negative moves happening in month of January. We saw the sectors which were in focus, so it was FMCG and metal, and IT space. It actually was winner in month of Jan. So maybe you can find out IT stocks to create those low conviction trades. गिरा हुआ है पता है, but there might be a possibility where there might be a reversal happening from here, right? So in such type of instances, a low conviction idea is, or a low conviction trade is something what you can try to find out. An idea in IT stocks is basically what I mean. Then short strategies in, you can convert your short straddles and strangles into iron flies to stay protected and still trade the non-directional market. And because the thing is, the moves that will the moves that those strategy will save you, that would be big enough. And long options, as we all know, converting the strategy into a spread is one of the most simplest adjustment, and yes, the most efficient adjustment that you can do. So you can go ahead and do that. Last thing is about credit spread. So try using credit spreads as well, wherein credit spreads will give you sometimes, okay, specifically if you trade those in the expiry week or closer to the expiry, these will tend, or I would say, pan out to be a theta neutral or maybe a theta positive strategy. Okay, if you do it in the expiry week, this will end up to become like a theta positive strategy, and the theta will be like your friend in these type of strategies. So yes folks, that was it from my side. I again wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay tuned along with us. Bye bye, take care. Do hit the subscribe button, do hit the bell icon, so whenever we post a video you will receive the notification. Bye bye, take care, and happy trading.